Thank you, District Attorney Flynn. Today is a very emotional day. Those of us who got to sit in the courtroom witnessed a domestic terrorist, a racist mass murder, plead guilty to killing 10 precious, innocent people and wounding 3 others. I want to thank District Attorney John Flynn, the Assistant District Attorneys, and the District Attorney's staff for their work and thoroughness in prosecuting this horrible case. The District Attorney's Office paid attention to every single detail. And for those of us who got to sit in the courtroom, we heard Judge Susan Egan go over every charge and ask this mass murderer, are you guilty? Ask the mass murderer if they understood what they were being charged with, if they had the opportunity to discuss it with their legal team, with their parents, with anyone else that this individual wanted to discuss it with. Every time the answer was yes. It was clear that this act of pure evil, premeditated pure evil, that this individual knew what they were doing, and this individual pled guilty to what they were doing. District Attorney Flynn went over painstakingly what was presented in the courtroom in terms of how these 10 innocent people were shot and killed and 3 others were wounded. It was very, very painful to hear. Very painful to hear where bullets went into their body and snuffed out their life. We continue to pray for the families of the victims, the families of the survivors, the workers, the shoppers at Tops, the members of this community. I know it was very painful for family members to hear that. But as District Attorney Flynn said, it was important, it is important for this community to hear how these precious lives were snatched from us for no other reason than the color of their skin, for no other reason other than this mass murderer wanting to kill as many black people as he possibly could. And here today in court, he admitted his guilt on every single charge presented in the presence of his legal defense team. Like District Attorney Flynn, I want to thank law enforcement at every level, particularly the Buffalo Police. If not for the Buffalo Police, the aspiration of this murderer and his desire to kill as many black people as possible would have been carried out in even greater detail. The swift response from the Buffalo Police stopped more people from being killed and injured, and I thank our Buffalo police officers for that. I want to thank federal, state, county law enforcement that worked very closely together on this. And as District Attorney Flynn said, Buffalo is a model for the nation and a model for the world, and how we came together after this horrible situation. We showed that love conquers hate, that hate will not win, that love will win, and that love is the answer. Now, there is a message in the Buffalo story that some are still missing. Sadly, since May 14th, 2022, there have been hundreds of additional mass shootings in the United States of America. Hundreds of additional mass shootings in the greatest country on the planet Earth. We have to do more to stop it. White supremacy and other forms of hate. We have to do more to stamp out hatred. The motive here, pure evil, pure hate. Social media. We have to prevent people from being radicalized on social media, from spreading hateful ideology and manifestos on social media. That is critically important to stopping these kinds of behaviors. And assault weapons. There's no reason that Americans need assault weapons. The weapon of choice in many of these mass killings that we have seen in our country are assault weapons. There has to be a ban on assault weapons again in the United States of America. This guilty plea was certainly no surprise. The world knew that this mass murderer was guilty because he live streamed it for all to see. So there was no doubt of the guilt of this individual. But today, as District Attorney Flynn has said, justice has been done. This individual has admitted their guilt, and the penalty for this horrific crime is for this individual never, ever to see the light of day again. Life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.